Yo, what is good, everybody? In today's video, I'm just gonna be explaining like what the hell, what's going on with Project Slayers, because I don't know if you guys have seen, but we have. So basically, to sum it up, as of like since the last update, which was sometime July, which was the last update for Project Slayers, they just stopped. They just stopped updating. I mean, they kept dropping sneak peeks, but it got further and further and further and further and further from when we would get consistent sneak peeks. And eventually, the dev said on November 24th that the game is not being abandoned and an update will come if need be. For Project Slayers to get hype, it gets on release, one must work for months to come up with the content. Slayers is badly coded due to it being my first ever project. This makes it a pain to update. If I find anyone that's qualified to update it in my place, I will appoint them, but as of now, I am really busy pursuing my education and therefore I cannot engage in something that takes months to focus to produce. But if the situation gets better, I will give you the update you so desire. Then months go by, December, we get codes, but no new updates still. Fast forward January, nothing. January 10th, they drop a date, but they don't say when. February 25th, which was about last week at the time of this recording, they said Tuesday, and on Tuesday that week, they said, dropped the news that Project Slayers 2 is actually coming out. So why are they dropping a second game instead of updating it? Because a lot of people say, oh, Project Slayers is good, the combat is good, the animations are good, there's nothing wrong with it. Why would they drop a second one? So I did some background research and I figured out that, well, as I also mentioned before, that not only was it poorly coded, but it was due to how they structured the game, it was very difficult to basically add new things and add updates and content, etc. So that in mind makes it 3 times as hard or X amount of times as hard as it would to be than making a new game and then just going from there, updating that with faster updates and rather slower updates. And then, yeah, because eventually it would catch up and it would be just as many updates and contents, but it would be within much a shorter time because they have, it's better coded. Like he said, it was badly coded because this was his first project. So that being said, Project Slayers 2, I'm pretty sure that's what their main focus is going to be. They did say game passes are going to be transferred over, at least mostly important one or relevant ones. So I don't know what they're going to do about progress. We can all hope that they take our progress, because especially like clans and stuff like that, because I have spent an ungodly amount of money, and I mean a lot of money in Robux, spinning for clans that I've gotten. Yeah, I have Kamado, and I would hate to lose that, but if that's what they have to do, then I guess that's what would probably be the best decision than having no game at all. Because right now Project Slayers is pretty much dead. I think it's about like 3K, 5K players, which it isn't bad for a game per se, but compared to what it has when an update drops, which is usually 75K, sometimes even 100, 150K. When the game first dropped, it was super, had a lot of players, and that usually happened throughout the updates of the game. Whenever they would update, it would usually peak for about 3 weeks, and then it would slowly die down. But what I'm seeing here with Project Slayers 2 and what they've said and mentioned so far is that it's going to be able to drop more updates more consistently, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to keep the quality good and relatively the same. It's not a completely different game in the sense that everything's going to be different. The graphics are going to be completely different. It's more so because it would take more work to fix the code in the first game than it would just to make an entirely new one. I'm sure they're going to transfer some assets that they can over rather than just ditching everything that they have in that game. I'm sure they're going to take some stuff over, not just completely ditch it, but they're probably going to leave a lot behind due to the fact that it was poorly coded, or at least mostly the beginning stuff, like the stuff in the beginning, like the first world, whatever it's called. I don't even remember because it's been so long at this point, but whatever they have in the first world, they're probably going to leave that as is because that was originally made before they realized that it was poorly coded. But he did say Project Slayers 2 will have better performance, better gameplay, it'll be funner, and will take hopefully 1/3 the time it took to update Project Slayers. But that being said, we haven't received anything since then. But the customization, we did get a little peek at the customization trailer, which you can see here. The loading assets look same, the text looks the same, so they are transferring some stuff over. But as we can see here, the graphics are relatively the same. I mean, is this a better customize? I think this is a better customization menu. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it looks better from the gist of it, but you get the point. For the most part, it's gonna be relatively the same. Animations do look smooth though, so they do look a little smoother. So I think it's gonna be around the same, but probably obviously a little smoother, a little, and I think we got a new sneak as well. Yeah, the main menu theme, but I'm not gonna play that just in case of copyright. But that being said, I think they're gonna take advantage of the fact that now that they have the coding that they can, that is good for the game, they will update more often, because it wasn't a matter of the devs slacking. I mean, I obviously don't know from my position what the devs were doing, but from what it seems, they weren't necessarily slacking. I think it just took so long, and probably mid-update, because we were supposed to get an update actually probably a while ago. I'd say around like December we were probably supposed to get it, because they usually update once every 6 months, so we're probably supposed to get one around then. But by the time, I'm gonna say halfway through, they then realized that this isn't really working out and it's taking longer than expected, and they're just gonna I think they came to the conclusion that it'll just be better restarting the game. So I think that's what's going on with Project Slayers right now. I hope that clarified things. I'm not a developer, I'm not a manager, I'm not an admin, I'm not a mod or anything like that. That's just from my point of view, because I played the game since release and I've kind of been here. So if you guys want to know, that's what's going on with Project Slayers from the seams of it. I obviously don't have any inside information, as I just said, but he did say that he can give an estimate on the next time you will see more Project Slayers 2, but I will show as much of it as I can when the time comes. As for the other project, it has much more progress and much more content, and I plan on making it public sometime next month. Now, we don't know if this is Project Slayers or if it's a completely new game that they just kept under the radar for the time being. It could be Project Slayers, it could be a Project Slayers 1 update to buy them time to have enough content for Project Slayers 2, or it could be a new game entirely, maybe similar, maybe completely different, we don't know. But my guess is that it's an update for Project Slayers 1, that the one they were working on that never got released, or I don't know if it's canceled. I doubt they're gonna keep working on it, unless that's what this is, then I doubt it. So, but that's what's going on with Project Slayers. But yeah, without further ado, peace out, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will keep updating you guys whenever they drop new information. And yeah, without further ado, bye.